Hello everyone, and now welcome to a game. This game between Cash and XiaoKai here on Turtle Rock. XiaoKai spawning as that yellow orc player on the top left-hand side of the map. Meanwhile, Cash spawning as the blue human over here on the bottom right. Full cross spawns on Turtle Rock, and I feel like it's been quite some time since I've cast a game on Turtle Rock, and I'm kind of looking forward to it. Human versus orc on Turtle Rock. Generally, orc players, Farseers, Blade Masters, very, very strong with the number of small creep camps available on the map. Curious to see what Farseer is going to do in this situation. I thought it was going to be a Blade Master, but these easy turtles can be cleaned up rather quickly. I don't need 3 times speed. I'm good. All right. Archmage going to make its way over, perhaps try and go after this giant sea turtle creep camp. The Farseer, however, also making their way, and they are fighting for the same creep. All right, so who's going to get the last hit? This giant sea turtle now making its way around. Footman is going to do a little bit of a chase down as well. And this is an interesting creep pattern because this is not the normal direction that you would normally try and creep. Now, XiaoKai is just going to be able to get one easy sea turtle hatchling. Archmage really wanted to get a little bit more experience. And now this footman of Cash taking a little bit more damage than necessary. Also, the Spirit Wolves are doing quite a good job as the Farseer continuing to place down that pressure, as Headhunters now being forced to retreat back, as we do see techs to tier 2 on both sides. No easy fast expansions. Tech to tier 2 as the Footman now trying to shut it down in the Farseer and force him back home, but nothing like a healing salve to really clean things up as well. Archmage down to 130 mana, going to be forced to do a little bit of a dance around the map. Arcane Vault not built yet. We are instead seeing a blacksmith, and Cash may try to forego that Arcane Vault and try and attack to tier 2 in order to get the priest quickly, as this Farseer now down to 56 hit points. All right, Headhunters, that range damage, going to be able to poke a lot. Archmage actually running. What is he doing? He's actually stopped at the tavern. All right, that's very bad news. Down to single-digit hit points. This Farseer, Farseer now going to absorb a little bit of damage as well. So pure resurrection from the Archmage, falling at level 1. Arcane Vault being forced to be built inside, as we do see a number of footmen who are low on hit points as well. The Farseer are going to use this opportunity, get regeneration going. Who got the last hit? It looks as though the Farseer didn't get... Well, I think the Farseer still got that last hit there. Archmage was out getting resurrected, so he wouldn't gain any of that experience. Farseer out on the battlefield here. We're going to see a little bit of damage. A quick wolf run by. That wolf down to 53 hit points. A lot of farms being placed down here, and that wolf is just going to be able to get some easy damage as the Arcane Vault is done, but no scroll of regeneration for the rest of these footmen. Archmage going to make its way over, drop a water elemental, attempt to clear out this Ogre Warrior creep camp. I'm a bit curious about this, their creep pattern. Cash, I would have expected to go north here, get to this Ogre Warrior creep camp, play relatively close to home, and then get to level 2 on that Archmage, being able to drop more water elementals, have a little bit more hit points, and then overall be just that much stronger. So a little bit of a greedy move to try to go after this green creep camp instead. 37 supply compared to 36. Tier 2 is now done. We are getting a Tauren Chieftain as the follow-up hero for the Farseer. Meanwhile, we are getting a Mountain King for the follow-up hero for Cash. And, well, we should also be looking at some... Do we have the long Rifleman upgrades? No, not yet. So Rifleman... could actually be shooting 50% further if they get that upgrade. It has not been started. Perhaps lumber or gold issues since the Archmage needed to get resurrected. All right, Ogre Warrior going to get taken out here. Another Ogre Warrior here. Farseer looking to clear up this Ogre Warrior creep camp away from all of the action. Tauren Chieftain bringing in Endurance. Or where is the Farseer? Oh, Farseer is down across over here. All right. So Farseer is off on the far side. Tauren Chieftain now makes its way over. He's going to be gaining a good amount of experience. clearing up that relatively easy creep camp, as the Mountain King did come bringing gifts. There's that scroll of regeneration. And now there are some priests out here onto the battlefield. All right. Waiting. Going to go straight after that giant sea turtle first. Militia now going to be coming across. And then now this is going to be dropping some powerful consumable items here in the middle of the map. Priests now out on more priests out on the battlefield. This gargantuan sea turtle should end up falling fairly fast. And the Mountain King already sitting at level 2, hoping to get that Mountain King to level 3. And we see a wand of mana stealing. All right, wait. Tauren Chieftain falls at level 2? All right, so not quite sure what XiaoKai was thinking. That could not have been part of his plan, but losing the Tauren Chieftain at level 2 to creeps. Meanwhile, Mountain King and Archmage may be able to get to level 3 each here, as the gargantuan sea turtle chomps down on that water elemental. No, Mountain King gonna be the one to get to level 3. Footman gets taken down by creeps. There's level 3 now on the Mountain King, who also now picks up a potion of greater healing. All right, Farseer sitting at level 4. Archmage really should consider being close to the action. Getting to level 3 and getting level 2 Brilliance Aura first could be exactly what you need if you're trying to get a very, very powerful Mountain King. Now, Turtle Rock is a map that has a lot of creeps all across the map. So we're seeing that just right now, as the Mountain King looks to perhaps, no, going for level 2 Thunderclap. All right, so level 2 Thunderclap over level 2 Stormbolt. There's going to be a Headhunter taking quite a bit of damage, and that is denied. I do not know how XiaoKai was able to guarantee that last hit right there, as we're still wandering around a bit. Are we going to cause a little bit of damage here? There's a Stormbolt onto another one, and this Headhunter is going to get taken down here. Archmage going to be just shy. Nope, gets to level 3, and we'll see what that level 2 ability. It is, in fact, level 2 Brilliance Aura. Tauren Chieftain now rejoining, also using a Clarity Potion as well. No Arcane Tower here. Militia trying to fight back, but however, I believe the Wolves are going to be able to take down that Peasant rather easily. No expansion in play, even though we did see the Militia try and clear out this location earlier. All right, so a fair number of workers, 11 workers here. Wow, I can't see the overlay, and my overlay is off-centered, so it does not look like it fits. Coming back through, Archmage getting a little bit of damage down onto the Raiders here. Mountain King coming back around, and here comes the Mountain King. He's going to try to be in that back position, try to act as a deterrent for anyone trying to steal these items. A Ring of Superiority also on that Mountain King. +3 to every single stat right now. Meanwhile, Footman attempting to take down this Great Hall as it's getting constructed, and that may be forced to be canceled. Level 4 on the Farseer, level 2 on the Tauren Chieftain. We do see the Tauren Chieftain with Kagar's Pipe of Insight. That is going to be incredibly helpful to keep mana on that Tauren Chieftain and that Farseer. All right, Archmage coming back around on the far side here. Here we are going to go into an engagement. Mountain King coming in from that position, and the Mountain King wants to try and slow things down. Quick ensnare, but it goes onto the Sorceress. There's a Thunderclap. There's a Stomp. Tactical retreat out. Sorceress most likely going to get taken down. And is that, well, yes, I believe that Raider does end up falling at the hands of the Archmage's Fireball. Meanwhile, Spirit Wolves summoned up, brought back over. Great Hall was able to be finished, and the Spirit Wolves and the Raiders now finishing off that Footman there. Archmage looking to try and clear out this gargantuan sea turtle creep camp, get a little bit more going. A couple of priests continuing all of the heal, just trying to mitigate that damage. Wand of mana stealing on that mount, or could be get picked up by that Archmage again, so to try and neutralize any stomps. So a lot of mana could be easily and quickly stolen. Manual of Health being left behind, as we see the Raider trying to finish off. Are we going to see a Stormbolt? Yes, Stormbolt onto that Raider right there. A little bit of damage. Are we going to see a Thunderclap or anything else? No, not needed. As this Expo, well, going to get shut down as all of the peons quickly run away. XiaoKai knowing, there's no easy way to save this Expo. Let's go ahead and clear things up here instead. Tauren Chieftain opting to head off to the north side of the map, able to clear out the Forest Troll, Berserker, Ogre, Lord creep camp, and now place down a Great Hall here at the 11 o'clock spot. A couple of peons hiding off to the side. I thought it was just outside of sight range. Cash keeping track of the minimap, seeing these peons right there. Gonna try and finish down all of these units easily. Is that gonna give level 4? It is not. Archmage, Mountain King with some very powerful consumable items could tip the battle in their favor. As Cash is sitting at 54 over 70 supply, Insomnia or XiaoKai sitting at 43 over 51, but does have an Expo currently under construction. All right. No reason for this Archmage to be sitting within combat range right now. We do see fortified armor. Archmage continuing to drop in even more damage. Are we going to see an attempt to repair? I do not believe so. Meanwhile, off on the far side, Raiders are going to be able to push through once more. This peasant was trying to hold position. Arcane Tower now, well, feeding back damage. Perhaps can hit that Tauren Chieftain instead, as Orc Burrows are being lost as well. So both sides, there's that Thunderclap, and that's going to be a lot of damage onto a bunch of these peons. Mountain King now sitting at 4, Archmage still sitting at 3, and we're still putting pressure on these Orc Burrows. All right, Rifleman trying to shoot back the other way. Arcane Tower should be hitting that Tauren Chieftain. There's a Chain Lightning bouncing around, and there you go. Finally focusing onto the heroes instead. Scroll of Town Portal, the Wolves are in that back position. Blacksmith, another blacksmith being built in the back. No reason that needs to be built, and it should just be canceled at this point in time. We are looking at a lone footman trying to take down this Great Hall, but there is spiked barricade. That footman is taking quite a bit of damage and may actually, well, throw himself on a spike accidentally. Well, yeah, he just doesn't care, just gonna go in and kill himself. Down across here, Archmage, Chain Lightning bouncing around. Tauren Chieftain gonna try and back away. Are we gonna see a Stormbolt? There's some Dispel Magic. No Stormbolt. Nope, Stormbolt onto a Raider. Raider no longer having Scroll of Speed and, well, gets taken out easily. 49 supply compared to 35. Great Hall is gonna be completed. And now, well, let's see how much mining is left on these main gold mines. About 9 minutes. Was that, or 8 minutes of mining left here. Shockwave ripping on through. So this tight cluster of buildings is just going to be, well, Shockwave bait for the Tauren Chieftain. Tauren Chieftain, well, trying to get a storm, or Mountain King trying to get a Stormbolt down. This Headhunter going to easily be taken out. And now what is happening here? Wind Riders, Ogre Lord creep camp still not yet cleared. There's some easy or powerful creep camps left for some very powerful items. Archmage could be coming back around. Are we going to be looking at a Stormbolt onto another target? Yes. Now the Tauren Chieftain could be in trouble. They're going to be some slow, and, well, Sorceress is taken down. Chain Lightning bouncing around here. Potion of Invulnerability to shake it off. But he is, well, able to make his way back down. All right, this Great Hall is currently operational. And there is also another expansion by XiaoKai here on the bottom left at the 7 o'clock expansion. Human army going to try and shut down this Great Hall quickly here. A couple of peons trying to perhaps retreat back away. And, well, they are just going to fall. There's a Thunderclap trying to ensure death on all of these fleeing units. 4 of the 5 peons not going to make it out as this Great Hall going to get cleaned up. Meanwhile, Tauren Chieftain still back across here. Level 5 now on the Farseer. More wolves getting summoned up. And the Tauren Chieftain, well, what is happening? Going after these peasants. Another peasant getting taken down. Arcane Tower could end up getting lost here. No more mana. Scroll of Town Portal. Tactical retreat back out. And, well, the tower is lost. Priest gonna heal up once more. And this is that ninja expansion, that secret base at the 7 o'clock spot, as, well, this peon was trying to perhaps hint that he wanted to rebuild this expo. And Cash now making its way back over. However, Cash, perhaps having a spider sense, knowing that a secret base could still be established right across over here, quickly finds this Great Hall and gonna, well, force a cancellation most likely, as the Mountain King can deal enough damage here. All right, easy damage overall, down to 500 hit points and dropping very quickly. Peon, well, gonna hide inside a gold mine temporarily. And wait, Water Elemental, one more shot should do it? Yep, does finish it off. Archmage, Mountain King, gonna go ahead and Scroll of Town Portal. Oh, a couple of Shadow Wolves right there. And cleaning things up. We're gonna see a bunch of damage, more peons, or more peasants getting lost here. Are we gonna what are we gonna see? There's a dispel magic. Doesn't really hit this bottom Shadow Wolf. The Shadow Wolf still engaging, and well, does get cleaned up. Arcane Tower needs to be constructed. 45 supply over 62, but that gave an opportunity for XiaoKai to clear out another red creep camp, getting to level 5 on the Farseer, and well, still adding more experience to that Tauren Chieftain. Shadow Wolves making a play, making its way back down. No Arcane Sentry that I see. There is going to be an upgrade right there. Wolves are already getting into position and well, ready to lie in wait and just pounce on these peasants. All right, getting in some damage, finishing them off. Archmage right there, gonna go ahead and try and engage. You need that Arcane Sentry. There's some Dispel Magic. There goes another wolf once more. But once the Arcane Sentry is there, well, those wolves will be revealed. Now, Insomnia does have a handful of Wind Riders, which is a little bit of a questionable move, considering how many riflemen are out on the battlefield for cash. Mountain King also looking to try and get to level 5 here. Archmage, well, spotted, and we can see that these scout towers can spot the wolves right now, and there's the Arcane Tower already ready well, to try and get in some feedback damage here. All right, Mountain King gets up to level 5. Talisman of Evasion, is it gonna, well, be picked up by the Archmage? There's also a Manual of Health. Anything to keep that Archmage alive. Gonna go ahead and pick those things up easily. Arcane Towers, well, not enough to protect enough of these peasants. We are down to only, we're down to 2 workers, 1 out here, and then more being trained. Gold, about 3 minutes of mining left here, about 5 minutes of mining left here. Once they are back and ready, we're going to be looking at sorceresses here, and in comes the damage once more. All right, trying to just go after the peasants. Some critical strikes. There goes another peasant again. And the Shadow Wolves are just doing a great job causing problems. All right, Shadow Wolves once more getting cleaned up again. No Expo as the Archmage is trying to make its move. Tauren Chieftain looking to get to level 5. Won't get there, but still clearing out some pretty some orange creep camps and still gaining experience. There is still this creep camp here, the Forest Troll Warlord creep camp, to drop another big item. Another Expo trying to be established here and here at the same time. There's constant cancellations as the Wolves once more going to, well, dive in on this position. Calling to arms actually makes sense just because it changes the armor type from medium to from medium into heavy, meaning that they actually take less damage. Wind Riders are now in position. There's a beautiful shockwave ripping through, and this tight cluster of buildings could end up, well, just all falling here. Scroll of Town Portal now inbound. Chain Lightning finishing off more of the peasants, and this has just been peasant destruction over and over and over again. Cash needs to get more gold. The Ivory Towers, or those towers that revealed those Shadow Wolves, have been destroyed, and now Cash is in a little bit of a predicament. He needs to shut down both expansions here by XiaoKai, as we're looking at the Tauren Chieftain now going after the Forest Troll Warlord creep camp here. All right, Unholy Aura, Endurance Aura, and also Brilliance Aura by that Tauren Chieftain. Sobi Mask now, a beautiful item pickup. Just pick it up. It's right there. Right there. Pick it up. Yeah, now regenerating mana. That Tauren Chieftain has a lot of mana, but is also taking quite a bit of damage that he doesn't want to be taking right now. Wind Rider is off to the side, ready to perhaps poke down that tower again, as this expansion, well, is once more getting pressured. Tauren Chieftain lines up a shockwave, dealing damage to the Forest Troll Berserkers, and, well, gonna finish it off. Tauren Chieftain does get up to level 5 and picks up a Tome of Knowledge as well, +1 to every stat. Wolf just, well, hiding right now, not choosing to engage. We're looking at the Scout Tower. This is going to get poked down apart really quickly, and now finishing off many of these Militia. All right, Militia getting cleaned up here. Mountain King perhaps going to try and Stormbolt one of those targets. There's a Stormbolt, finishes off one, as the slow on the Wind Riders, well, doesn't slow them down enough for the Riflemen to get into combat readiness. Off to the north, Great Hall getting pressured again here. Mountain King dancing back and forth. Mountain King opted to go for level 3 Stormbolt since we have so many air units as the Wind Riders get ready once again to go after, well, the Riflemen here. Peasants need to get back to work. Cash now in low upkeep, trying to shoot down these units. All right, well, the Wind Riders, one going to get taken down. And now, well, this is a horrible spot to be in. XiaoKai not actually paying attention. Could he lose a bunch of these Wind Riders here? Yes, multiple Wind Riders all being lost as the Archmage, is he, oh, Potion of Greater Healing transferred in time. That's where all of the attention and focus was, as we see a Thunderclap Stormbolt, Tauren Chieftain forced to retreat back out. And, well, XiaoKai lost his entire army of Wind Riders chasing down the heroes. That's where all the attention was. And, well, that's a huge loss. It also gave a bunch of experience to that Mountain King and that Archmage. Archmage now sitting at level 5. As we're looking at another Expo about to get cleaned up again. All right, Sorceress is trying to retreat back. There's a couple of Dispel Magics, and that's going to be one dead wolf as well. All right, trying to go after this peon here. That's going to get taken down. No repairs possible. We are mining over here at the 8 o'clock spot. So XiaoKai does have the stronger economy going, as this gold mine only has 2.5 minutes of full mining left. Can XiaoKai shut down the economic game enough, or will Cash, with his currently superior larger army, come away with the victory? Tauren Chieftain shockwaves through. That is a bunch of damage right there onto all of these buildings. That's a very big deal indeed. Mountain King could try and Stormbolt. There's the shockwave. That is, wow, those shockwaves really transferring a bunch of damage here. Are we going to see a Stormbolt onto that Tauren Chieftain? Farseer suffering quite a bit of damage. We're going to see Chain Lightning bouncing around, trying to finish off more of those units again. And XiaoKai retreats once more. Level 3 Shockwave doing big damage. As we're at 45 supply compared to 23. Another base being established off to the north here. And, well, the Tauren Chieftain and the Farseer trying to heal back up, getting ready. All of these riflemen going to be shooting these peons over and over as they attempt to get a little bit more gold. Mountain King making its way over as well. Archmage does not have a Scroll of Town Portal. There's a Thunderclap. That's going to give him more time to, well, shoot down all of these units as we see, well, the Wolves, well, get focus fired down extremely quickly. All right, Witch Doctor placing down sentry wards. Tauren Chieftain with mana. Is this going to turn into a base race problem? All right, trying to finish off all of these buildings. Take down this building here. He's currently, Cash is upside down on supply. He cannot build, or he cannot train any additional units. Doesn't have a Scroll of Town Portal, being forced to walk all the way back home. And now that Town Hall is gone. Mountain King, could he line up a Stormbolt? Yes, does line up a Stormbolt. Tauren Chieftain taking a little bit of damage here. There is a Scroll of Town Portal. There's that Thunderclap, and the Tauren Chieftain could be in trouble. Tauren Chieftain now trying to retreat away. Mountain King in a Stormbolt, and this time get the Farseer. There's a Scroll of Town Portal being used as the Farseer now escapes away at 348 hit points. However, the Shadow Wolves gonna bite away at the building slowly but surely. Water Elemental and this Rifleman trying to take down this Great Hall. Meanwhile, this Great Hall should be completed here in just a moment. All right, Tauren Chieftain having mana is going to be the key to victory right now for XiaoKai. That having mana means that he's able to use those shockwaves very effectively. The Sobi Mask was sold, though, so the Tauren Chieftain not going to be regenerating mana nearly as quickly, and that could potentially be a problem. Witch Doctors are placing down sentry wards all across the map right now to keep track of where the human army is at all times. Now, Cash, because he did not get a Scroll of Town Portal earlier, can't even bother to get one now, since there's nothing to try and TP back to. Mountain King coming back across here. Is he going to try and finish off some of these peons? No, he is not. Mountain King instead making its way back down. 22 supply compared to 41 over 0. No way to build anything, as a couple of, well, those guys going to get cleaned up here. All right, Tauren Chieftain back, ready to place damage down, and we're going to be getting damage perhaps. Can he line it up to get both? Yes, he does. That is key. getting the shockwave to deal as much damage to as many buildings as possible, and then trying to retreat. All right, line up another shockwave and do exactly that again. I do not think it actually hit any of the buildings here. That's actually a bit of a problem. Mountain King, who's going to get the Stormbolt? Stormbolt onto the Farseer. Farseer taking quite a bit of damage. Are we going to see a Chain Lightning? There's a Shockwave. And now trying to finish off or get some damage onto all of these units as well. Trying to get some damage onto those priests. All right, tactical retreat back. We're going to see Clarity Potion onto that Tauren Chieftain and also that Farseer. Farseer wants to buy another Scroll of Town Portal. Doesn't have enough gold right now. That is key. It is just all about your items at this point and stage in the game. All right, Mountain King, Archmage. You can see that there are Watcher wards all over the place to try and keep track of where the other army, where the human army is, and in order to shut them down. Mountain King making its way over. 219 gold left. Farseer does have a Scroll of Town Portal. Tauren Chieftain coming back across here. We're going to see a little bit of an engagement, perhaps trying to ensnare and pick apart some of these other units off. There's going to be an ensnare, and now Mountain King is sitting at level 6. Stormbolt onto the Farseer. Farseer already in a lot of trouble, down to 190 hit points, 87 hit points, and well, retreats away with a Scroll of Speed. Shockwave now down as well. Mountain King does have another bullet in the chamber. Could go after the Tauren Chieftain. Tauren Chieftain, however, is moving like lightning with that endurance, or are able to move around the map so quickly. Off to the north, Peons gonna try and get trained back up. More gold is necessary. Farseer using a scroll, or well, a healing salve to try and save back up here as the Tauren Chieftain gets hit by a Stormbolt again. This could be problematic. Farseer down across here. There's a Chain Lightning bouncing around and no more mana. Mountain King needs a little bit more mana. Does have enough mana right now. What's going to happen? Scroll of Healing. Stormbolt onto the Tauren Chieftain. Tauren Chieftain going to end up falling. There's that Chain Lightning bouncing around. Tauren Chieftain falls at level 5. And XiaoKai does not have enough units to really finish off all of these buildings, I think. He needed the shockwave to hit both of these buildings here, and I don't think it happened, and it may come down to just a bit of timing. All right, Farseer making its way down across here. Raiders are now making their way as well. Gonna get a little bit of damage. That is gonna end up getting taken down. Now, Blacksmith down to 711 hit points. Are we gonna see some damage? There goes an ensnare, but the Raider gonna get taken out here. 656 hit points left on this lone Blacksmith. Archmage has not trained up Mass Teleport yet, but can hang back here. Mass Teleport absolutely key in being able to get back into that position. Tauren Chieftain not getting resurrected, not enough gold. There is one lone Raider out there as the Wolves are trying to finish off this Blacksmith, How is this? They're trying to find where this one wolf is. All right, Peons still mining a little bit here. Farseer coming across from the side. Does have a Scroll of Town Portal. Yeah, that Tauren Chieftain being out for the count really hurts, as a Raider is off to the north right here.
A player's forces are under attack.
Mountain King finishing off a Peon. 656 hit points, and that is going to be the game, with Cash having the larger army, but Insomnia unable to remove the last building on Turtle Rock. Let me know what you guys thought about that game in the comments below.